Hey, what's going on? So, Spike Lee boycotting Gucci and Prada over blackface. Not only that, T.I is calling for a boycott, and he's calling out for Gucci Mane to change his name. Okay, now let me read this first. While other celebrities, including T.I, were calling on communities of color to boycott high fashion houses such as Gucci after the recent controversy over the brand's baklava piece, which resembled a blackface caricature. A face familiar with such territory was doing the same. It was on Friday that Spike Lee also stepped onto his socials to urge his followers to join him in boycotting Gucci and Prada as he vowed to not shop with them again until 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 the brands hire black fashion designers. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Let me continue. I, Spike Lee of Sound Mind and Body, will no longer wear Prada or Gucci until they hire some black designers to be in the room when it happens. It's obvious to the people that they don't have a clue when it comes to racist, blackface, hateful imagery. Spike Lee, I would like you to shut up. I really would. And I'm going to explain why. I would like uh, Spike Lee and T.I to shut up. I'm not going to read anything else here. Also, Prada had a what's this called? Monkey charm that resembled blackface. Okay, okay, forget all this shit. Now, the reason I have an issue with what Spike Lee said here about hiring black fashion designers is because uh, some black people are just stupid. David Carroll said all the time that black people love white folk, and it's true. It's true. Even where I'm from in Jamaica, you have like when some white people come to Jamaica, you know, those high color people. We have some Jamaicans, they just keep smiling and it's as if they worship these people. Some Jamaicans, they do it for a show, just to like make these white people comfortable, to get these white people to buy their products. Because they know a lot of these white people are racists, right? So they'll just be passive just to make them feel comfortable. These white people feel comfortable so they can get them to spend their money. While you have some Jamaicans who they'll, you know, they don't have a clue. They're just happy to see some light skinned white folk or some people close to white skin, right? While here in America, I see the same thing. I see a lot of people here. They they love white folk so much they just want to work around them. Why not build your own? All these celebrities, you, the T.I.s, the Gucci Manes, all these guys. I remember this song. I love this song. Fatty Girl. Remember the Fubu song? I love this line. You remember this? Platinum Fubu? Let me see. Probably should not have done that just now. Okay, you remember this? Platinum Fubu, this came out like in about 2000, 2001, 2002. Where did this go? With the Fat Albert on there. What did I do? I did something I should not have done. I keep messing up. Hold on. Fubu. Okay. Had we continued to support Fubu, we could have had some real nice Fubu line right now. But these rappers, T.I.s and all of them, they could have been singing songs promoting black clothing line. I remember that Fubu song, the Fatty Girl song with Ludacris and I think Keith Murray was on there, and what's his name? LL Cool J. Fatty Girl, that song. Now, what Spike Lee should do with him and his celebrity friends is not try to boycott these fashion houses and force them to hire black people. How about you create your fucking own? You see, that's why I don't support these boycotts, because it's selective outrage. Because they're gonna boycott Gucci, Prada, but then tomorrow they're gonna buy H&M, then they're gonna buy Louis Vuitton, Fendi, all these fashion houses owned by white folk. Why aren't we building our own shit? I have a friend who's a fashion designer. His brand is called EN, Ever Never, and he's struggling to get people to buy from him. Black folks, because black folks want to wear what white people wear. If a black person comes out today with his brand of clothing line, black folks will not support it. But if a white guy from the suburbs comes out with a clothing line and it's featured on one of these fashion week shit, or a fashion week in France, or a fashion week in Italy, or a fashion week in New York, black folks will go out in droves and buy that shit. And it proves the point that David Carroll made. It proves the point that I made. They love white folk. Look at what this guy said. This guy, Spike Lee, is saying that we should boycott Prada and Gucci and force them to hire black folks. We have so many black millionaires. Why can't they create their own, use the black rappers to promote it? Like, come on. Wasn't it T.I who did the song with Swiss Beats in 2010, I think it was, or 2011? Fancy. You fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? T.I.'s verse was reeling out a bunch of white people clothing line. Alexander McQueen, Prada, Gucci, Chanel. That was my first time hearing about Alexander McQueen. Then I went to Saks Fifth Avenue and saw that a blazer, Alexander McQueen, one blazer is $10,000. Where was T.I putting some black people's clothing line in his verses? He didn't. That's why I'm saying I don't like this selective outrage bullshit. If you're gonna boycott them all and just start pushing black people stuff. I don't see people wearing Rockaware no more. Like, come on. And some of these black clothing lines, they have like white people behind it. I get that, but we could still support it until our companies get enough money to produce these clothes on our own, to the point where we don't need these white folks. Stop the selective outrage. It's annoying. It really is. I'm not in the fashion industry. I don't know how hard it is. We saw Kanye trying to get into the fashion industry and they kind of shut him out. But you have people out here who get their T-shirts or whatever, and they print stuff on it. I mean, it's not hard to do that kind of stuff today with the internet. It's not hard. And these rappers, they have the power to influence people. So instead of us trying to force these white folks to hire black folks. We black folks are the driving force behind consumerism. Just look at it. Every year, well, not every year, but every time they have the elections, whose vote? Whose vote is everybody worrying about? Black vote. Why? Because it means something. The black vote. Black people have more power than we think. So look at television. Most of these commercials, when it comes to clothing, liquor, all this type of stuff, who do they use to advertise this stuff? It's black folks. They do use a lot of white folks, but they use a whole lot of black folks. Everybody goes to the black community to make money, whether it's here in America or in Jamaica. The Chinese go to Jamaica, the Indians, the Syrians, the Jews, they go to Jamaica, set up shop and make a killing. Digicel, that phone company, they got their start in Jamaica. It wasn't in Europe. It was in Jamaica. It's a European company, but they made their millions and their billions in Jamaica. Black folks. And you have companies who do the same here in America. They go into the black communities. So I'm trying to tell you guys, we don't have to force these guys to hire us. What we need to do is to build our own. I keep saying this shit. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.